Hi, I'm Steve. This is Fran. We're going to compare Cafe versus KitchenAid. A little bit of format first. We asked the question on our YouTube channel of what you'd like to compare, and Cafe versus KitchenAid was number 2. We already did LG versus Samsung. Format's a little different. It's not AB. It's not SAB for good or DEF for bad. This one's going to be check versus X. The better product's going to get the check. Better brand's going to get the check. And we're going to do it in different for different categories. And this one's going to be stove, refrigerators, dishwashers, wall ovens, and cooktops. We're not going to talk about service in this one only because both these companies actually have a service department, unlike most other brands. So we're going to go into just some categories. What's first?
Let's talk about ranges first. So stoves, gas, induction, all style ranges here.
Well, it's very different. The KitchenAid, I think you get more combinations with the Cafe, a little bit more, but it really depends. Cafe's got that double oven, right? Where you've got the smaller top and the larger bottom. It's good, right? KitchenAid's got the bigger oven and then the small oven down below. But you get more functionality with the Cafe depending on whether you want the oven above or below.
Right.
Although you're not really bending any, I think you're gonna bend more for the bigger oven on Cafe, but not much more because because the KitchenAid is so big that the drawer, the warming or the baking drawer is not as, so it's really depends on what you want.
A much smaller baking oven, if you want to kind of call that they'll definitely call that as a dual oven, but yeah, a lot smaller than even smaller than what you'd see in a Cafe top oven for sure.
You know what I like? The first one I saw at Cafe, I'm like, okay, we went from 4 burners when I started here, 4 kind of underpowered burners, to like 5 burners, the griddle. And the Cafe's got 6. I'm like, who's got 6 pots?
Yeah.
But what the nice thing about it is, the griddle, you have 2 9,500 BTUs, so that's a 19,000 BTU griddle. So if you like griddling in the morning or at any time, because you can do anything on a griddle, this is a really good range.
Yeah, and the great kind of, you can get it built in a little bit more too, so it kind of like really looks like more like a built-in griddle, but have the option to do kind of just burners or the griddle that way.
Yeah, and again, one thing that should be said is GE, Cafe, Monogram, Profile, whatever you're comparing to, they have smart technology. I don't think smart's a reason to buy an appliance, but it will be one day. They have pretty soon they'll have the smart diagnosis where we'll be able to tell you what's wrong with it and order the part and everything, and that'll be good. I'm not sure, does this one allow you to see in the oven?
On the Cafe? No, not really,
yet.
no.
LG does, but it will. So I think this is going to be, I think smart's going to be evolved, but it's not there yet. But KitchenAid doesn't even have any smart appliances.
Yeah, they definitely are both getting there. GE for sure too, and they'll have like that Heston Q pan that kind of gives you the smart pan guided cooking through the pan, especially with their induction. So some cool features that they have there as well.
So I think, I just think the Cafe is a little bit better, more featured on the stove. I love the 6 burners now, especially if you griddle.
Yeah.
I think you get the 2 hot burners, which you do in the KitchenAid. KitchenAid's nice. You get that big oven in the smaller drawer, but I just think that double oven's a little bit more functional, but that's personal.
I'd definitely go with the Cafe. We're not really talking about style differences in color yet. We'll get into that next, but definitely a lot more flexibility too with the Cafe. So I'd definitely go Cafe there. Which is a good lead-in to our next category. Let's talk about style between these 2 brands.
Yeah. Well, when I started, it was like white, almond, and black, right? And almond went away, which actually was the most popular color back then. And then it became white on white, and then stainless took over, and they both have stainless. What I like about Cafe over everything else is you've got white, black, and stainless, and then you got like 6 handle options. And again, in plumbing, it was white and black. Remember a couple of years ago? So you have that option with white and black. Or around here, everything's very traditional. You can do white and polished brass. Or if you want something a little bit different, you can do black and copper, which I happen to really like. And you don't get it for a lot more money. So you get something personal, unique. Yeah. Both of these are what we call affordable luxury brands, where you're not spending a ton of dough, but you're getting a really nice set of appliances. You're not spending, 30, 50,000 for Sub-Zero Wolf. Maybe it's 10 to 12 or 8 to 10 or 8 to 12, depending. So you have a much better, I think Cafe, I think they did a great job with that. they were supposed to introduce like green and gray. I don't know.
Yeah, and they're coming out with that too, and kind of even their larger ranges. They have the green range, like a 36-inch Pro range there in the green color. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much, Cafe, it's no question, just gives you a lot more style, a lot more options, really a ton of different combinations, like you said. KitchenAid is really kind of just, traditional stainless steel. The handle kind of has that diamond etched knurled handle there. Yeah. Some love or hate on the end caps. It's kind of like the red end caps that go with the KitchenAid
the big
color.
Design change.
Yeah.
Change the handle and make the red badge the thing and reintroduce the same product. I think it's much more updated style.
Yeah.
There's no question Cafe.
Yes, absolutely. All right, next let's go into refrigerators.
Well, if we go back 20 years, Whirlpool bought Maytag for their French door refrigerator, and really, they never really changed much of it. That's why pretty much everybody ran them over. Now, GE, LG, Samsung all sell more French doors now. So really what we're talking about is the new KitchenAid with finally they have the twin evaporator, the twin evaporator to keep the air in the same, in freezer air and refrigerator so it doesn't cross over. But again, I think that it's more expensive than it should be.
Definitely, yeah. Nice features, the platinum interior, the pantry drawer, but yeah, it's a really expensive for what's out there as a comparison, including Cafe.
Yeah, I think Cafe, you can, once again, style makes difference. You got the turbo freeze, turbo cool, where you can put something in a drawer and make it cooler or warmer.
Yeah, they have some options that you can even put the K-cup in there, the Keurig, the hot
Keurig.
water. You could do one with just hot water for tea and things like that.
You could set your coffee to go off at 7:05 if you want. I just think it's a more updated fridge. I'd give this one a Cafe.
Yep, definitely Cafe. All right, next let's go into dishwashers.
KitchenAid was the last to go to stainless steel, right? Where they were porcelain forever, and then Bosch and Asco came along and they changed over to stainless steel. What they did a few years ago, I really like. I really like the new KitchenAid dishwasher with the slant racks. The 4 levels again. In that 4th level is holes in the 2nd rack. So, but still, it's reimagined. And the nice thing they did it is they made it less expensive. It's like 30% less than it used to be.
Yeah, pretty.
So you get a really, really good dishwasher at $800, $799. You can't get that in Cafe. Cafe's got the bottle washes, silverware washes, but at a much higher price. I think for dishwashers, I'd give this to KitchenAid.
Yeah, this is probably KitchenAid's best category, even at their that $799. It's the 39 decibels, got the 3rd rack. Then they have different models too, where they've all kind of gone to that filter on the bottom of the dishwasher that needs to be cleaned out. KitchenAid has a one that has that micro filter, so it really never needs to be cleaned. It kind of has, it's all self-sufficient there, which is nice for maintenance. Yeah, really here I'd go KitchenAid.
I'd go KitchenAid, especially you can get it much cheaper than the Cafe. This one's a KitchenAid.
For sure. All right, next let's talk built-in a little bit. Wall ovens and cooktops.
Wall ovens and cooktops. Again, on this one, you're talking about, if there's a theme there, is the latest innovation seems to be the winner. Yeah. KitchenAid, the dishwashers, Cafe for everything else. I really like the French door oven. French doors they open up this way. So the nice thing about it is, most people have islands. You don't have the oven door, so it becomes much more accessible. But you're inside the oven, right, where you can grab the turkey without putting it over the oven, right? I think that's a better design. KitchenAid's a great oven. We sold it for years, but it's the same oven it's always been.
Yeah. And then Cafe too, just way more as far as advanced, and like you said, it's just more kind of technology put into it with the 7-inch LCD controls,
the LCD controls,
some guided cooking there. KitchenAid's really old school, where kind of all the options are right there on the control panel. You see it all right there. It's really an older, outdated look for sure.
I wouldn't say outdated. It just needs to be refreshed. It's not like if you look at Miele, Wolf, the ones that you're paying huge money for, it's all touchscreen.
Yeah, and Cafe's kind of done that style at a much lesser price point for sure. So I would go for sure.
So for built-ins, I like that. In terms of cooktops, typically gas doesn't seem to be popular in either one.
Yeah, and KitchenAid's pretty good on cooktops as well. I'd say they definitely compete there.
KitchenAid competes with cooktop. I think when I look at induction cooktops, it's like I think one company makes these at this point. You get the bridge elements, and then you get your super burner in the middle. And I think they both have that. So I think it's a draw. I think in wall ovens, you're looking at Cafe. Cooktops, I think they're both pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's it for Cafe versus KitchenAid. We're going to be having more ranking videos. If you like them, please hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.